Ryan Holiday, Ego is the enemy, the fight to master our greatest opponent. Embark on a journey to tame the most formidable adversary you'll ever face, your own ego. In the book, Ego is the Enemy, Ryan Holiday explores how ego can derail your aspirations, impede success, and hinder personal growth. Through enlightening stories, learn the importance of accurate self-assessment, hard work, humility, and embracing the student mentality in mastering your ego. With practical pointers and reflective anecdotes, unravel the key to overcoming the insidious impediments posed by your ego and unleash your full potential. Steer clear of superficial success and pave the way for a fulfilling life by conquering your ego, the most formidable challenge standing between you and greatness.
Ego versus Diligence, Path to Success. As an aspiring individual, ego tends to overestimate your skills while underestimating the need for practice and hard work. Real success, however, stems from humility, diligence, and the willingness to accurately assess one's own abilities. William Tecumseh Sherman's rise to prominence in the American Civil War exemplifies the importance of self-awareness and the difference between confidence built on achievements and ego founded on empty self-assurance. Learning to objectively assess yourself and recognizing the necessity of hard work will help pave the way toward success. In the pursuit of success, be it learning a new skill or venturing into a career, ego often plays a destructive role. It convinces you that your innate talent or intelligence mitigates the need for hard work and practice. However, the Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, warns about the impossibility of learning when one thinks they already know everything. True success lies in humility, diligence, and the perseverance to elevate aspirations into accomplishments. Overshadowing your talents with ego simply stalls improvement and obstructs the acquisition of new knowledge. Developing an accurate perception of your own capabilities is vital in fostering progress. One historical example of the value of self-awareness is William Tecumseh Sherman, an esteemed general in the Union Army during the American Civil War. Despite initially refusing a superior command upon being promoted, Sherman's self-assessment and dedication led him to earn national admiration through his consequent accomplishments. Sherman's ability to recognize his limitations and strengths epitomizes the distinction between confidence and ego. Confidence is grounded in hard work, actual achievements, and an honest self-appraisal. In contrast, ego is baseless and delusional. American author Ryan Holiday aptly describes it: ego is stolen. Confidence is earned. Sherman's achievements stem from his commitment to sidelining ego throughout his career. To follow a similar path to success, it is crucial to candidly and objectively evaluate your abilities. Embrace unflinching honesty, even when the process is challenging or discomforting. Doing so is not meant to harm, but instead, to keep you grounded in reality. Cultivating an honest understanding of your capabilities will enable you to commit to hard work and eventually attain success. Embrace the work, reap rewards. Embracing the hard, unglamorous work is the key to success and mastering skills. To replace ego with confidence, put in the necessary work and adopt the following strategies: talk less, enjoy the process, and become a student. Success lies in the work you continue to do, not in past accomplishments. The journey to greatness begins with small, consistent steps. While it is admirable to have a grand vision, whether it's writing a book or mastering a challenging skill, it's crucial to remember that progress comes from diligent work. Each word, sentence, and hour spent striving towards your goals brings you closer to mastery. Your efforts will not only help you overcome ego but will also instill genuine confidence. Ryan Holiday recommends 8 strategies to tackle the ego during the aspiration phase. Over half of these focus on action and putting in the necessary work. Let's delve into 3 pivotal pointers. Firstly, minimize chatter. Talking is a drain on valuable resources, such as time and mental energy, which are better spent on tackling tasks. The more complex or intimidating a challenge, the more enticing it becomes to discuss it at length. However, endless deliberation can lead to a false sense of progress, leaving you no closer to your objective. Thus, remember the wise words of Hesiod, the ancient Greek poet, "A man's best treasure is a thrifty tongue." Next, immerse yourself in work and relish the process. True accomplishment transcends fleeting achievements. You are a writer not because you penned a novel, but because you persistently write. Likewise, you are a runner not because you completed a marathon, but because running is an integral part of your routine. Ego deceives us into believing that a single triumph signifies ultimate success, while in reality, it's the ongoing process that defines lasting achievements. Learn to enjoy this process, focusing on the work itself rather than seeking external validation or accolades. To recap, talking less and working more is a recipe for progress. Constant chatter consumes precious resources and derails you from your goals, while true success lies in your dedication to ongoing work. Find joy in the process, not in the rewards it brings. Finally, become a student, a vital step in transitioning from aspiration to the success stage. Aspiring for greatness requires continuous learning and growth. Embrace being a student on your path to achievement, nurturing your skills one step at a time. Always a student, forever evolving. No matter how accomplished you become, remember that there's always room for growth. By maintaining a student mindset and constantly seeking improvement, you can keep both your pride and ego in check, and continue to excel in your craft. Pride and ego can be our worst enemies, especially when they convince us that we are already experts and have nothing more to learn. To overcome the limitations our ego imposes on us, we must always remind ourselves that learning and growth never cease. The story of Kirk Hammett, the lead guitarist of Metallica, is an excellent example of embracing the student mindset. In 1983, at just 20 years old, Hammett's life took a dramatic turn when he was invited to join the band. Despite his phenomenal musical talent and newfound fame, he knew that he still had more to learn and work on. He became a student of Joe Satriani, a virtuoso guitar teacher known for his tough teaching style. While many of Satriani's students dropped out due to their inflated egos, Hammett remained dedicated to his craft, practicing and learning under the demanding teacher's guidance. This commitment to continual growth paid off, and in 2003, Rolling Stone ranked Hammett as the 11th greatest guitarist of all time. It is even more challenging to remain humble once you have achieved recognition and success. However, like Hammett, maintaining a hunger for improvement is essential to continued excellence. Consider renowned inventors and visionaries. What if Steve Jobs had stopped after creating the Apple II computer? The world would likely have been deprived of groundbreaking innovations like the iPhone and iPad. Pride and ego may not be identical, but they often work together to make us complacent, content with what we have already achieved. Fueled by this satisfaction, our focus shifts from striving for greater things to celebrating past accomplishments. The key to countering this tendency is to perpetually view yourself as a student in need of new knowledge and skills, regardless of your level of success. Whether during the early stages of aspiration or at the peak of success, cultivate a student mentality and immerse yourself in learning. Even when there may not be someone with more knowledge or skill to guide you, it's crucial to remain a student of your craft. The learning never truly ends, and internalizing that reality will ensure that your pride and ego stay under control. As a result, you'll be better equipped to excel in your chosen field while others become sidetracked by their own self-satisfaction. Know your true goals. It's essential to understand what truly matters to you, not to impress others but to create a fulfilling life. A clear distinction must be made between ego-driven desires and ambition based on genuine achievements. Examining the stories of Ulysses S. Grant and William Tecumseh Sherman, we can see the consequences of following our ego versus pursuing goals that align with our expertise and passion. Remember, the key to achieving what you want is knowing what you desire and setting aside anything that might serve as a distraction. When you think about your life goals, do you focus on what genuinely matters to you, or are your desires tainted by societal expectations and what you think others will be impressed by? Understanding the difference between the two is crucial, as chasing ego-driven goals can lead you down the wrong path and ultimately lead to disappointment or failure. Take the example of Ulysses S. Grant, former U.S. President, who alongside William Tecumseh Sherman, fought with distinction in the American Civil War. Both were respected war heroes and reached significant military ranks. However, their paths diverged after the war. Grant decided to run for president, despite lacking political experience, and won the election. Unfortunately, his administration was ineffectual and corrupt, resulting in widespread disapproval by the time he left office. Later, Grant fell victim to a Ponzi scheme, once again revealing his pursuit of desires that led to ruin. Adjacent to Grant's story, we have Sherman, who continued to excel in his field of expertise, without seeking positions of power for which he knew he wasn't qualified. Unlike Grant, Sherman recognized that his success in one domain couldn't be effortlessly transferred to another. He didn't fall prey to the ego-driven desire for more. Instead, he focused on what was genuinely important to him. Too often, we emulate Grant's story in our own lives. We achieve a modicum of success and chase after more, not stopping to consider if what we're pursuing has any true personal meaning. This is the ego at work, the desire for more power, money, or experiences without contemplating if they will genuinely bring us closer to what matters most in our lives. So, what is it that is truly important to you? Maybe it's quality time with family, or perhaps it's the pursuit of financial wealth. It doesn't matter what the goal is, as long as you genuinely know what you want. Keep in mind that pursuing goals often involves trade-offs, which ego-driven pursuits may not allow. Understanding what you truly desire is a crucial factor in achieving your goals. Filter out the distractions and focus on what matters most. Recognize the pitfalls of ego-driven desires and concentrate on ambitions grounded in tangible achievements and passions. Doing so will not only create a more fulfilling life but also grant you the ability to surpass what you ever thought possible. Taming ego through delegation. Achieving success in a career or business often requires individuals to delegate tasks to their teammates or coworkers. However, the ego may make it difficult to trust others with important responsibilities. By reining in one's ego and placing trust in the abilities of others, individuals can free up time for more strategic pursuits and avoid potential dangers, like the failure of John DeLorean's management style that led to his company's bankruptcy. Overcoming ego and practicing effective delegation can lead to sustainable growth and create a more empowered and successful team. If you find it hard to trust teammates or coworkers with tasks because you believe they won't perform as well as you could, it's time to tame your ego. Begin placing trust in others and your team will experience increased benefits. As you progress in your career and assume a managerial role, you might encounter your ego more frequently. It's natural to crave personal recognition, but as a manager, your role is to oversee the work of your team, who will receive the credit. Fight the urge to perform work you should be delegating. Embrace delegation and appreciate its advantages. By trusting others and valuing their work, you can allocate the extra time to focus on new opportunities. Delegation is essential, and the consequences of avoiding it can be disastrous, even crippling entire businesses. Just look at John DeLorean, a car manufacturer who believed he knew better than his superiors at General Motors. This belief, however, was misguided. DeLorean lacked the necessary expertise, experience, and managerial skills to run a successful car company. He abandoned the hierarchical management structure at GM and insisted on having a say in every decision, ultimately leading to his company's collapse and bankruptcy. To prevent a fate similar to DeLorean's, learn to trust others and delegate tasks effectively. This approach will result in an empowered and successful team and drive sustainable growth. Embrace unexpected outcomes. When things don't go as planned or we achieve success through sheer luck, it's essential to look beyond our egos and acknowledge the work put in. Recognize that we can't control outcomes or others' opinions. Use unexpected results as a chance to reflect on our performance and improve our efforts for future success. For example, the New England Patriots, after drafting the legendary Tom Brady in the 6th round, didn't dwell on their luck. Instead, they focused on refining their scouting program to recognize talent more effectively. In life, we may face setbacks or lucky breaks that challenge our expectations. Our egos may make us believe we are entitled to rewards, but we should remember that outcomes are not always in our control. Embracing disappointment, as well as unexpected success, can allow us to reflect honestly on our performance. It's important not to equate luck with hard-earned success. Use these moments to understand why things turned out a certain way and improve upon your best efforts. This mindset enables you to grow and increases the likelihood of future accomplishments. By accepting and learning from unexpected outcomes, we fortify our paths toward personal and professional growth.
Through this illuminating guide, you have gained valuable insights to overcome the siren calls of ego and build a strong foundation for confidence and success. The revitalizing lessons from Ego is the Enemy teach us the importance of accurate self-assessment, persistence, resilience, and the student mindset. Use these potent tools to transform your aspirations into accomplishments and nurture genuine success. By identifying what truly matters to you, delegating tasks, acknowledging your shortcomings, and continuously improving, you can silence the false whispers of ego and make great strides on the path of success. So, buckle up, embrace the transformative nature of hard work, and confidently conquer your journey of personal growth in the face of your greatest opponent, your ego.